Have you ever wondered how you can go to college without going into debt? We're covering it in today's video.
All my thoughts are running around inside my head. Emotions keep coming, they're keeping me from thinking straight. Thought it would be different when I got my things in place. Stuck in this commotion, how come I ain't past this yet?
Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, this is Ryan, and we're Hey Olexa, a millennial couple trying to get out of debt by sacrificing right now so that we can live our dream life in the future. And sometimes that comes with different things. Today we really want to talk about how you can go to college without going into debt, which is something that Ryan got a little taste of. He didn't go to nearly as much debt as I did, and I didn't finish my degree because of all of my debt. So here we go. Let's jump in.
Number one on the list, join the military. This is a great way that you can pay for school. My little brother is actually going this route currently, and it is certainly not for the faint of heart. It is a lot of grueling work. It takes a very strong person to be able to do that, but there's also a huge benefit that is well-deserved.
Another thing you could do, you guys, is go to community college. There's absolutely nothing wrong with community college. I went to community college, and I did my first 2 years at community college and then transferred. Didn't finish the transfer part, but I did transfer to a university from there. And that's a great way to save, honestly, a ton of money. And it doesn't really matter. You save money. No one's going to know unless you talk about it. And I truly think no one really cares where you went to school at the end of the day.
Yeah, especially for, obviously different fields are going to have different things, but for a lot of jobs, just having any degree is really helpful. So that can definitely be a great way to go. And sometimes even just subbing out certain classes. I know I took one class at a community college that got credit where I was going to a university, but I was paying out of pocket for that particular class, and it was like at least 3 times cheaper than
it's
what
significantly cheaper. Excuse me.
So another thing you can be doing is working part-time while you're in school, maybe 20 hours a week, something that's bringing in a somewhat substantial amount of income, but that also isn't taking away too much from your classwork, because obviously you want to make sure you're there and that you're also taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, that you're,
Absolutely.
that you're there.
I think some great examples of this we mentioned in our video for side hustles to help get money for Christmas, but it could be a great opportunity to look at this video here. We'll link it down in the description box below too. And you could go one way, like we just mentioned, doing part-time work while you're going to community college. Another thing you could do, if you have the support of either scholarships or grants, or maybe another thing that we're going to mention here in a few minutes, is you could go to school and do more classes. So there was a couple of semesters where I did 18 credit hours, which was a lot of work, and I couldn't have worked 30 hours a week doing that, and I didn't. But that absolutely will save you money because you're getting it all done. You're in turn going to school a shorter amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of did that too. I was in school for 4.5 years, but got 2 different degrees in that time. And, obviously I had to take a lot of hours throughout all those years. And something that Michelle alluded to just a moment ago is scholarships and grants. So it is amazing to me. I learned this more so after college. I wish I would have realized more before college, but there are organizations that are just looking to give away money, and it's the craziest thing to me. And so where I work, there are actually scholarships available that we offer as a company, and so it's crazy because they just want to give this money away. As long as it's going to something that is school related, you can apply for, a lot of people can apply for these sorts of scholarships or grants, so be on the lookout for that. It can be very time consuming to fill out all that paperwork for every single one. But if you start early, like maybe going into your junior year of high school, try to apply for like one a month, or maybe it's one a week, whatever you can make time for. But that could literally pay for all of your school by the time you graduate, and that would be incredible. And then I can also speak to this from personal experience. So I was able to go to an out-of-state school because I had a scholarship that covered a lot of that cost. But somebody told me, like, hey, you can actually just write a letter to the scholarship committee and see if they're able to give you a little bit more money because I was still like, felt like I needed more money for different things that had changed in my life. And so I just wrote a letter to the scholarship committee and I said, hey, like, this is kind of what's going on. It'd be really helpful to have a little bit more money to cover these costs. And they were like, okay. And then they gave me that money for the rest of the whole 4 years that I was there.
A lot of times there are requirements to scholarships, but if you can meet those requirements, it's such a great gift to have and not be strapped with student loans. I would also say if you are a junior or a senior in high school, this one's for you. This is the time to set yourself up for success in the future. And it's not for your parents to decide. This is for you to decide because ultimately your parents aren't the one that's going to be paying this back. It's really up to you to do it. I once heard a story, and I'm sure it's affiliated with Dave Ramsey and Rachel Cruz, and because I feel like we've listened to them a lot in this financial journey of ours, and that's where it kind of started. But I believe it was Rachel Cruz once said that she had a student come up to her in one of the colleges that she was speaking at, and she kind of cornered her, I believe, and was just like, thank you so much. I was so mad at my mom because she couldn't provide for me financially, but she made me fill out an application for a scholarship or grant every single week my entire senior year of high school. And if I didn't do it, I was grounded. And she paid for her college, and I believe she had even more money beyond the college. It paid for her books and all these other things. And what a sweet mom to recognize, hey, I can't provide this for you, but you can provide it for yourself. And sometimes it takes discipline to get it. So I just would really encourage you guys to do it. It's not fun to have to sacrifice the things you don't. It's just not fun to have to sacrifice. No one wants to do it. And there's a discipline involved in the money that you make having to go backwards to your debt. One way you can save money is to live at home with your parents. So if you decide to go to a university that's near home, I know that neither of us did that, but I know that I could have gone. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from a county that borders the state line of Tennessee and Mississippi. And had I decided to go to Memphis, I could have gone with in-state tuition to Memphis University, and I could have lived with my parents while I did that. And it's something that would have saved me a lot of money and a lot of living costs. And that's something that I feel like oftentimes it's a cost that we don't think of before we move out. We don't think about how much electricity is and how much room and board is somewhere and water and just the day-to-day things you need. If you can stay at home, I would encourage you to do that. Or if you can't stay at home, I would absolutely encourage you to find some roommates, people that can give you good community, good accountability, and that can help you stay true to whether it's your scholarships or your studies or just your mental health and your spirituality.
And the very last tip we have for you guys today is cook for yourself. Even if you don't know how to cook, find somebody that can teach you how to cook. I did that when I got married. I could cook just a few things, but surely though it can save you from eating out. I did a lot of eating out that I'm sure was terrible for my body when I first started school because that's all that there was. But if you know how to cook yourself, then you can really get your own food and you can have fun with it.
Let us know in the comments below if you would like some no-cook recipes that are really cheap. That would be great for a dorm. I know a lot of dorms allow like microwaves and little mini fridges, and some of them even you could get like a little induction hot plate. Let us know in the comments below if you would be interested in that, so that we can come up with a video for you guys. We would love to provide that, and it's a creative outlet that I really enjoy.
For sure. I can vouch for that. But that is all we've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, if you would give us a thumbs up, we'd really love that. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you on the journey if you're not with us already. And of course, you can follow us on social media
at Hey Olexa on Instagram and Ryan and Michelle Olexa on Facebook. We do update every so often. It's just a little behind the scenes action if you'd like. Yeah, and we are super excited. We really want to get to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. I'm sure that you've heard us say this a million times. And to those of you that were our first 100, thank you so much for helping us reach that goal. That was so exciting for us. It was a milestone in our YouTube career, and we're super pumped to continue doing this. This is such a fun hobby for us and a fun journey for us to be able to document this. So go ahead, like and subscribe to our video. Don't miss any content because we have a lot of fun stuff planned on this channel. We're just not there yet.
And as always, don't forget to budget wisely
And compromise kindly.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Welcome to an episode of Hey Alexa with Michelle and all the plants. Just kidding, guys.
Am I in the shot?
No.
Not in the shot. I want to be in the show.
Also, shout out to my friend. And it's the most adorable pot in the world. It says, "Aloe you fear much." Casey James, I see you. I miss you. And therefore I hold this pot.